The greatest power you possess is your ability to choose. Join Lowe's Moore as he reveals how you can begin to maximize that power by exploring yourself on the deepest levels and committing to making lasting and positive changes. Get ready to achieve breakthroughs that will lead to accelerated growth and transformation, because you are now tuned in to The Blueprint.
Why they actions contradict the lamb. I'm fellowshipping when I'm with the fam. That's more relations. That's forming a
Good morning and welcome to Lowe's More and the Blueprint. This is our special edition, our pre-Mother's Day, because Mother's Day is on tomorrow. I want to apologize for the delay, a little technical difficulty. Uh, whenever you change, we had to move the podcast around a little bit. Sometimes, our normal time is on Sunday evenings from 7 to 8:30. And so we've been moving them. Sometimes we have special NFL is at night. We don't want to disturb people watching the NFL or watching the NBA or watching some special events like the Academy Awards, right? So we try to move it around so it's convenient for everybody that loves watching the Blueprint. So we try to move it around a little bit. And so this morning, it's a Saturday morning, right? Saturday morning, we was having little technical difficulties, and it's cool though. We here, right? And I want to say, like, this is a pre uh Mother's Day Blueprint podcast. I want to say, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, because we just can't celebrate one day of Mother's Day. Every day is a Mother's Day, right? And but this is the one day that we focus on, and I know tomorrow, and many of us are probably wanting to celebrate mothers the day before, because on Sunday, man, I mean, even in spite of the pandemic, I'm sure a lot of people out there think the pandemic is over, but I'm saying, like, be safe, socially distance. I say you still need to wear your mask when you go into public or private places. But yeah, stay safe out there, because we're gonna get out and celebrate tomorrow, man. Restaurants and everything gonna be packed. Right now, when it comes to June and it's Father's Day, there'd be a little space. You can find some place to go anytime you want to. But on Mother's Day, that's not so. So I want to say again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. In the United States, in all over the world, there are mothers, and we came today to really celebrate mothers. And as I was saying earlier, as I was doing a little shout out before the show, if you want to, write down on the screen, you see down there, you want to do a little shout out to your mother, right? And hey, look, um, whether your mother's passed on, hey, they still very special, man. Heavily shout outs are powerful as well, because we're remembering the impact of our mothers and grandmothers, in our lives. And so don't be afraid to put a comment, say, shout out to your mother, to the husbands, fathers, shout out to the moms in your life. Yeah, Angie, happy Mother's Day. You know, and yeah, this gonna be powerful. And so I want to drop here, because I believe that here's my pebble. It's over here. Here's my pebble. I'm gonna drop it in the pond. Right, we're expecting the ripple effect of this show, because we are celebrating and we are honoring the importance and power of mothers. So that's pretty cool. I got my wife next to me, and she has been amazing. She's doing a double job here, right? She's doing a double job here, because usually she's sitting on the other side and doing the technical executive CEO kind of stuff over there. Uh, and she's just been amazing since we've made the transition from having paint to pay somebody, and not that we don't want to get paid somewhere down the line. But we just thought it was, and the individuals who helped us get started, Rich Douglas, Steve Vaccaro, you know, I want to say thank you to them, man. They got us kicked off here. But sometimes you know you got to take control of your own situations. I want to say thank you to Lozy for um, who helped us out and continues to help us out and being able to produce the show and market the show and put this all together. But my wife, uh, who's the exec over here, and my partner, she's just been amazing. So she's doing a double job, and I want to just start out, a shout out to her this morning, man. She's amazing as a mother, right? Super amazing as a mother, right? Love
Thank you.
you.
I love
I
you.
mean, I've seen her. Well, at least three of my children. I got to see being born, right? And the other one that I didn't see uh, getting born uh, has been probably more attached when when I didn't see her get born. So, hey, but my wife has been amazing. She's been an amazing mom, and I know let me say this uh, about moms, and I want to speak to my wife and also to my mom as well. Uh, you know, hey, mothers are known to be annoying, and that's their responsibility is to annoy you. Their responsibility is to stay on you. Their responsibility, regardless of your age, to give you advice when you don't want it. But that's what moms do. They do it because they love you, right? And there's a lot of children out there, and in this world in the United States who wish that their moms would ignore them. I mean, would drive them crazy, would call them, would provide advice for them when they don't want it, right? And there are a lot of young people, a lot of children out there, a lot of adults, man, who miss that motherly love, that nurturing, right? So please don't take your mom for granted, right? Because when you think they're getting on your nerves, they really just showing you love,
Amen.
So I want to say that to my wife. She's been amazing, amazing mother, amazing grandmother. I want to say to my mom, you guys just been the best, the best moms in the world. I think everybody could say that about their mom, that you just been the best. Super moms, raising three children. Um, I'm gonna say three amazing children by yourself. That was cool.
Who's that?
My mom.
3? What about 4?
I mean, four.
Did you miss somebody?
I think I miss me. I did. I think I miss me. But and shout out. Uh, somebody get a shout out to your hair. Yeah, Oh, hey, to my what's that? Angie, shout out to her mom, Dolores, who called me on my birthday right away. I gotta talk to her though, cause she said happy birthday, but she didn't sing a song. She didn't sing a song. She was like, start singing happy birthday to you. But I thank my Dolores because she never forgets anybody's birthday. So it's a very special Mother's Day shout out to her and to my Aunt Joyce, right? And to my mom and yeah, just amazing. And let me jump right in and I'm gonna have my wife do some shout outs too. Let me jump right in here. I got a book of the week, man. Don't be getting on me for this book, right? But I thought that a number of a number of these affirmations are, so important. Affirmations are so important. What you say to yourself, what you think when you get up, is so important. Some powerful, and there's just some information and knowledge out there of how to keep ourselves motivated, how to keep ourselves encouraged. So this is 365 badass Black moms affirmations. And yeah, I mean, you know, 365 365 moms got some affirmations. Hey, affirmations are key, man, because what you think and what you say to yourself is so important. And especially when you wake up, we wake up every morning. And I want to say to all the moms, particularly in in Ukraine. I mean, when you think about Mother's Day and you think about what other countries are going through, you know, um, they either lost their life or lost their children, or I mean, that just ridiculous, man. Just ridiculous situations, man. And yeah, keep them in your prayers, out there. And but again, check out that book, regards to affirmation. So next is the word of the week, right? I'm hearing some kind of, but it's impressive. And so I selected this word of the week because, man, mothers are impressive, right? Now, for all the fathers that been in the hospital during birth, you know that mothers are impressive, right? Mothers are impressive. I mean, hey, you know what? I think that when I think of men, fathers, and just show you the difference between a man and a woman, and particularly like we in this time in our lives where everything is getting really, I call it, you remember the quantum mindset we talked about earlier in the thing, and you're seeing now, whereas men are more, we're like one dimensional, right? I think we think in one dimension. We think in, no, not multiple thoughts. We think one single thought at a time, right? And this is the difference between men and women, because women think in multi diverse thoughts and actions. And like today they got I'm trying to get my mind wrapped around when you watch my favorite Marvel shows. It used to be just like Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man. But now they got the multiverse. You got
Yes.
multiverse. So I'm trying to get my mind wrapped around that they went back in dimensions, and then they're going in the future of dimension. Remember Back to the Future, right? That's how
Yes.
women think. They think in these multiverse. Women are multiverse, multitask, right? And that's what makes them amazing, because God made them that way. I thank God for making them the ability to raise kids, work, cook, clean, right? So yeah, I'm really shouting out, the difference between men and women. But we got our roles and we got our purpose too. So we'll talk about that when we get to Father's Day. But this is Mother's Day, and so I want to say, this is awesome. You guys are really truly impressive. That's the word of the week. Think about that. When you get down on yourself, where something's not going right, just think about, like, that Lowe's Moore said, you guys are multiverse, multi-talented, multitasking. Think about it. Think of yourself. When you hear it, you say, I'm impressive. Say that to yourself this week when you get down, you feel a little low. Just say, I've been impressive, right? You know, I'll tell my mom, raised 4 kids. Think about what you did. That was impressive, right? Impressive. So, and then next, I got an affirmation from my book. I just pulled it out. It says, eliminate mom's guilt and feel good about taking time for yourself. I'm gonna say that to my wife. Take some time for yourself, right? My wife think about everybody. That's that multiverse. She think. Hey, look. Before, if you tell my wife something, right? If you tell her something, call up and say, "Hey, I got this problem," or "This is happening," so forth and so on. You can believe that she's already thought about 3 solutions for you before you even thought about the solution. So that's what I'm talking about, that multiverse, but that's the talent. That's the talent that they have. So take some time for yourself, right? Not just for Mother's Day, right? Somewhere along the line, you just got to pause, push the pause button and say, I'm going to do this for me, right? Take some time, yeah, take time, turn off the phone. I don't know, get in the car, go for a walk, do something for yourself. So, and then my music of the week, right? Hey, everybody remember the Spinners? Remember Sadie? Sadie.
I thought you were gonna go. I always love my mama.
Nah, that wasn't my.
She's
Sadie
my
was.
favorite girl.
Yeah, that one's good too.
You only get one.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Hey, add that to the list. Add that to the list. And then, I thought that,
Thank you, Connor. You got jokes, right?
Oh man.
Oh my God, y'all are killing me, Joyce. Oh my God.
Is this a Patrice therapy session?
Connor came for me. Joyce came for me. I don't understand.
Oh man. And then my movie of the week, everybody knows this.
Mama, I love you. That's what Joyce.
Oh yeah.
Mama,
hey, what's your favorite mother song?
I love you.
Yeah, what's your favorite mother song? Pop that up there too as well. Yeah. And then the movie of the week had nothing to do with mothers, but I just thought, it's such a joyous occasion. Mother's Day is such joy, such fun. That Uptown Saturday Night, with Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier and all them guys, man, there was some funny movies.
Sure,
right?
Sure.
Them some funny movies. I was just thinking about that. Something that was funny, something that makes you happy, man. And they did a series of movies together.
Dear Mama from Tupac.
Oh,
I had never heard that one.
Well, we got to check that one out. I want to play it up on here, but they will shut us down.
Claudine. Yes.
Claudine.
Yes.
Yeah, there's some nice ones, And then
what was the one that what's her name? She used to sing "The Nights That I Can't." No charge, right?
my kids are texting me. They're like, "Man, Daddy said badass on the."
That's right.
Oh man. And then I don't think we have any just a reminder that Lowe's the third, and also myself, we've celebrated birthdays this week, the 4th and the 5th.
Yes.
So that was an awesome experience. To have. So I want to say thank you to everyone that gave me a birthday shout out. I tried to answer all y'all back between Facebook and text and calls. So I want to say thank you, but for the birthday shout outs. And then I just want to jump right into, hey, we got a couple of guests coming up on the podcast. Next week we got Coach Bobby Gonzalez, who's currently a scout for the Detroit Pistons. Had a major, awesome career at Manhattan College. Took him to the NCAA's and a coach at Seton Hall. Looking forward to talking to him because we in the playoffs of the NBA. He's preparing for the NBA draft and evaluating players and stuff like that. So we're going to talk a little bit about the NBA and his coaching career. Following him, we're going to have Isaiah Cousins, Mount Vernon native. Went to Oklahoma. Had little shots at between the Utah Jazz and got drafted by the Sacramento Kings. Been playing overseas for a little while. We're going to talk about his career. He's a native, like I said earlier, a native of Mount Vernon and a young man that grew up. And I think he has, a number of things to share with us. And then we have Anthony Johnson. This is going to be, Anthony Johnson, a good friend of mine from years, the husband of Pastor Kimmy Johnson. And we've been in the Boys and Girls Club movement. I was involved in the Boys and Girls Club movement. When you look at it, almost 50 years, as a member, as a junior staff, and 27 years as an executive director. And Anthony has been involved with Boys and Girls Club for over 30 years. We're in the process of putting together some training for youth development. We're going to have the overview of youth development for organizations that are out there, youth organizations that are out there that are looking to grow their organizations. Man, I think we have a lot of experience about youth development that could really help, from board development to human resources and to program development. And we're going to be doing that as well. And then my wife came up with this idea that June would be Black Men's Month, right? Black Men's Month. And I'm currently working on my good friend Henry J. Carter, Dr. Carter. We just want to confirm him for the first show in June. Amazing. Don't miss that show. Dr. Carter is amazing. Has a hospital named after him down in Harlem. It's very rare you get a name on a hospital or a name on a building while you still here. Usually you gone, but he's been so amazing that they named the building after him while he's still here. He's still alive and he's still doing his thing.
Yeah, Mr. Carter is great.
Yeah. So, don't forget, hey, Angie, I did a shout out. I had your picture up there and everything, man. May 1st. Yeah, Angie was at May 1st. We the May babies. Hey, we Taurus.
Whatever that means.
we could be stubborn. Oh man. But we're looking forward to having some people pop on this morning. But so Trees, talk about a little bit before some people start popping on. Talk a little bit about some of your aunts and your mom and
Wow. First of all, thank you for the shout out. Thank you for all the kind words that you say. I really appreciate it. It's easy to be who I am when you are who you are. You make me able to do the things that I do, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow. I have to say, first of all, the person that I owe a lot of tribute to is my mom. And I think I got a couple of pictures of her in here. So my mom, Shirley Wallace, Shirley Yvonne Graham Wallace, really, you can see here just an absolutely, beautiful person. And what I always loved about her most was that my mom was a beautiful person on the inside as well as outside. And so I thank God, these are hard times. I have a hard time talking. So my example of motherhood is her. She sacrificed everything she could for us. There were some things that my mom did that a lot of people don't know, but she she could have gone so many different directions, done so many different things. But when it came down to us, she put all of that on the back burner and put us first. And so it's easy for me to um, put my kids first, put my family first, because that was the example that I had. I had an example of a person who thought about her children. Um,
Somebody waiting in the back.
no, thought about her children. Thought about how much that she how much she loved us. So I really appreciate the life that I have had with Shirley as my mom, and of course she learned that she learned that from her mom, my grandmother, who did the same thing. I mean, she sacrificed tremendously for her and for my uncle Sonny. That's my brother, my sister, and I, and my dad and my mom, and they were really just great parents, and so we're living their legacy, and so I'm so very grateful. They ended up with 9 grandchildren that they lovingly called the Boobaloos, and so my mom and dad were just all that, and every time those Boobaloos got together, they would make all kinds of different um, you know pictures and do things together. But so I'm grateful. On my mom, had a lot of aunts, and so they were, great influences to us. But she had, during her growing up years, she didn't have any sisters. She had a sister later in life, and so she's still involved in our life now as my Nikki. And then my dad had my aunt had sisters. Aunt Lil, Aunt Joan, and Aunt Elaine, all of them born in December, and my grandmother Deary, and they were very instrumental in my life as well. But Aunt Lil, when I was with Aunt Lil, when I learned how to walk, and I'm not going to say you said that word at the beginning of the show and the movie, but Aunt Lil, she had really colorful language, and but she was the best aunt ever. Like, I just adored her. And then my Aunt Joan is currently the matriarch of our family, and she is the huggingest, lovingest. We just adore Aunt Joan. And then Aunt Elaine was the baby of the crew. And so those women really were instrumental. And my godmothers also, were really instrumental. But when I married into your family, boy, oh boy, did I meet some powerful women. Like, really, like your mom, like, just blows me away. I'll cry with her too. Yeah, she blows me away. Um, when I think about how that woman and with your aunties raised all 4 of you guys to be successful, I think she's like the greatest woman. And then she took us all in as her children. When my mom died, and she said, "I'll be your mother. Don't worry." I got great love for your mom. And Joyce is my road dog. Like, if I gotta preach somewhere, I can tell her where I'm going, and I look up and there she is. Like, there she is, like right there. I just like totally. Dolores, there's not a birthday or an anniversary that she's not gonna
That's
call
right.
us. Like, yo, you got it going on. Like, so I felt like I was so blessed marrying into your family, because those women are just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like, who got it better than me? I got these great sisters, my sister, and then I got my sisters in love, like they're all mothers, I got these amazing nieces, and you can ask every one of my nieces what my name is for them. Princess. They're all my princesses, right? They get all bent out of shape because who's the best princess, but they're all just awesome. So the fact that they're now mothers, like, amazes me. But I think that, we had great examples of mothers. And me and Trey and Carla, like, when we used to go down to your mother's house, your grandmother's house, like, mother was like, we got all this food, like all this stuff, but we would be washing dishes, cleaning, taking care of kids, So now here are our kids doing it. It's just amazing. So I've had great examples of motherhood, and I work hard because I had that as an example before me, and God gives me the strength. If I relied on Tree's strength, I never do anything. If I relied on Teresa's mindset, but I have a heavenly mindset, And my heavenly mindset also gives me heavenly energy and heavenly strength to do the things that I've been called to do as a mother. And I need an usher right now, somebody that's gonna bring me some tissue. but truly, I'm
Well,
blessed.
we
I'm
need a
blessed.
moment. Send me the link.
I am truly blessed. So I'll be on the link stream, so you can keep talking, so I can send the link out to those who need it.
Yeah, you could just text it. Just send it to me,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, I did it already, but it didn't seem like yeah, but yeah. So I'm hoping that you guys uh, will truly and genuinely appreciate moms. You know, uh, whether they're here or whether they're not. Um, Still, there's the memories, there's the experiences, there's the love that mothers have. So uh, yeah, just
Yeah, I mean,
awesome.
it's been, in the families, it's been a legacy to kind of like go into and to look into, the
You
things
sent it
that
to
you
me.
do. Yes, as families. It is a blessing to marry into to our family. It's a blessing that we married to each other, because we've really gained so much, in our family. So I'm just so grateful for the examples that we've had, as mothers. I want to just shout out one other mother, other than your mother, but my aunt Sweet. I had the privilege of when Aunt Sweet got sick in her later life. I had the privilege of working with my family, but particularly my cousin Felicia, to take care of Aunt Sweet. And I was asked to go in and take care of her when she was 98 years old, and her goal was to live to 100. And I was blessed to say that the work that we did got her to 102 and a half. And so, look at how God is, that He does this thing. I am so very grateful, for each one of these loves that we have had in our lives. And so I love being a mother. I just absolutely love being a grandmother. It's like the best thing since sliced bread. I tell people all the time that if I had known that grandmothers would be this much fun, I would have had them first. Grandkids would be this much fun, I would have had them first. But you can't, because you got to have your babies first. And so what I'm also grateful of is that not only do we have our kids, but we have our bonus sons, right? And so Omar and Jamal are our bonus sons, and they are just amazing. So for me to know that I've been instrumental in raising them, as our bonus sons, as well as our we've had other kids that have lived with us. Titi, your niece, lived with us,
Yes.
right? And Keisha lived with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Shanine lived with us, right?
Yeah.
So we had quite a few kids that lived in our house
Oh
over the
yeah, yeah,
years that,
yeah. All our kids,
yeah, that lived with us.
they
So
they have like double moms and dads.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Because we took them in as our kids, and that was just the way it
Yeah.
was going to be. So we just we absolutely love all of our kids. So we have some
So it's,
pop-ons. You see?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Is Michelle up there? Uh oh. All right.
I'm not looking at y'all.
Don't look at us. You
What y'all
drive.
got to say, ladies? What was I on point?
Sherelle's on mute.
Was I
No,
on
woke me
point?
up.
Well, I didn't wake you up. God woke you up.
Oh,
I don't have that power. What's up, ladies? Y'all got something to say to your mom? What?
shout out to mom. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to you, Michelle.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day to you, Michelle.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm here to shout you out and just say thank you. You're the mom that never says no and tries to figure it all out, even when you have a million things to do. So, thank you. And I have terrible habits which is why I'm in the car driving right now and trying to be on a StreamYard at the same time.
Yeah. All right. Well, we thank you for popping on. You out early this morning, getting rolling.
You're on the way to church, right?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Quick errand and then church.
Oh, where my grandkids at?
At home.
Okay. Oh, you alone? You free? I'm free.
I'm taking self-care time, like you said.
Yeah, self care. Mm.
Good
Yeah.
for
Well,
you.
you know, you did. I think you and mom. I don't know. I think you. I know Sherelle. You did nails together. Yeah, that was a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right, Michelle.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Have a great day. I'll see you soon, Mom.
All right, love
Hey,
you.
hey. I was thinking about like we need to go grab something to eat tonight. Can we go grab something to eat tonight?
No.
Huh?
Sure.
Sherelle, we want to go to
You
the
can
diner.
never say no to food. Not the diner. We're gonna eat. We're gonna eat somebody's good food.
Whose?
Not the diner's food.
Huh?
Not that. It's not that diner.
Oh,
Oh, we going someplace else?
No. I'm
It's
so.
not that kind of diner. It's a new diner. Sherelle got a new diner for us.
okay.
Yeah. So we just got to figure out a time. But Sherelle, you got something to say to your mother?
Happy Mother's Day, Michelle and Mom. You guys are great.
Man, you acting like Bill Ples, man, when he was on the show.
We're hoping to be wishing you that next year. No.
Your future is bright.
So are yours. Again next year, but no.
Yeah.
Well, I can just say, as a mother, it's been a pleasure raising the two of you, amazing, amazing women. To see all that you have accomplished as mothers, I mean, as women. I'm sorry, sure, as women, you know, both. I'm somebody's godmother. Yeah. A couple of godmothers, but a couple of godmothers in. But just to think that how amazing you are. I mean, both of you have your master's degrees. You are accomplished in your own right, and you are you're compassionate. You work really hard, and the best is yet to come. I mean, this is just this first
Mhm.
step. And as a parent, you want your kids to attain more than you. You want your kids to be better than you, smarter than you, do more than you. And I remember being in when Michelle was in high school, and she was National Honor Society and ranked 32 in the class, and was doing all these things, and
23.
23, I'm sorry, 23 in the class. And she ended up going on and going to
She
school
let
and
you
getting a
know.
master's, and then turning around and becoming a principal was just amazing, right? Wife, mother, just amazing. And then Sherelle, she had to outdo me and Michelle, right? And ended up being ranked number 7 in the school, and president of the school, the graduating class as a senior, going on and playing basketball and getting a master's. I mean, just amazing. I think about, how I wanted to just be a shoulder for you both, to kind of set a standard. And so you took it to the next level, and I'm proud of you. And like I said, the best is still yet to come for the two of you. So keep striving, keep pushing, keep doing the things that you need to do, and God's going to take you to a higher level. So God bless you both. I love you.
Yeah.
Love you too.
Thanks.
All right.
You're an awesome grandma as well. We thank you for
A
all
lot of
the
words,
focus.
Sherelle. There's a lot of words that came out your mouth.
Yep.
Love you guys. Thanks for popping on.
Love you.
All right.
All right.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Wow, that was awesome. Da-da. Hey, look, you may not have a podcast, right? You may not have a podcast to pop people on and stuff like that. It's really not about the podcast. I mean, I think it's that we take the time each and every day, and on this special weekend, that we take the time, to say we love each other, to get together. One of the things my friend and I were talking about yesterday when we were sharing about youth development, developing some strategies over youth development. we talked about how important it was for us growing up, when we used to have those moments,
Mm-hmm.
getting at the table every night for dinner. Mom, when my dad was present, and dad and mom, my mom used to make dinner, after a long day of work, and we used to all get at the table every night and have dinner together. I don't know much about or remember much about the communication, but it said a lot that we all got together every night, and eventually, on Sundays. And we used to do Sunday dinners, and how important. And my brother Doug, still, to this day, uh, part of his tradition is Sunday dinner. I mean, getting his family, cooking every Sunday. Man, he got carried away because he not only has his family, but he's created extended families that come over to eat every Sunday, which I think is important, man, to come together, to spend time together, to share together, to tell each other that, man, I appreciate you, I love you, you're amazing, and to talk, to communicate with each other, and that's very powerful. Um, I love it that my oldest son consistently talks to his grandmother. I mean, almost every day, um, he talks to her. He spends time with her. I mean, I enjoy, while you have your mom and your dad, spend time. Spend time with them, man. It, there's no measure to it, so, um continue to do that. I don't know who else. Any other pop-ups on there, man? Oh
Yes, we
yeah.
actually have a couple on here. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
They have to Joel has to mute himself.
Unmute yourself. These are our sons, Jamal and
Yes,
Omar.
yes.
The little
Ooh.
grandkids over there, Amaya and Jade.
Oh wow.
Woo. So I'm gonna leave it up to y'all, man. Y'all got something to say? Omar, I'm gonna start with you, man.
I just want to say Happy Mother's Day. Long time. Um, that you have been my mom. I'm just, I just want to tell you I love you. I appreciate you. I mean, there's so many hats you wore under the mother hat. Just you've been great, given great parental. What I really appreciate nowadays, I mean, I appreciate you, period, but you've been given some great parental advice. Me being a parent, a newly grandparent also, but you've given some great. In the last couple years, I've called you about a couple different situations that I struggle with, and the insight, the perspective that you got me to look at things from would really help me not only rectify the situation, but help me grow and become a better parent also. So I just want to just extend my gratitude and appreciation and my love for what you represent and everything you've done for me, and just how you've been there for me, and now you support my children as well. I say like that's shocking or whatever, but it's not. Just the support and just being a cheerleader for them, and just seeing their appreciation and love for you just is very gratifying. So I mean, I'm not going to play with a whole bunch of words, I mean, I'm straight to the point. I love you and I appreciate you, and I just
Well,
thank you for everything.
you already know I love you. I remember when you came into our family, I think you were 12, 11 or 12, something like that. And
Absolutely.
you were the ball boy for the Albany Patroons.
Yeah,
And one day we were on our way, we were going, Lowe's said, we could take you home. And I think the Lakers were playing the Sixers or something. And Lowe's says, Omar, are you going to go watch the game? And you were like, Nah, man, I live in a house with a bunch of women and they won't let me watch basketball. So Lowe's went in and asked your mom, could you come to stay with us? And she was like, yeah, he could come. And you came and you watched basketball and you hung with us like every chance you got. You're like, I'm going to Lowe's and Trees. I'm going to Lowe's and Trees. And when it was to the point that the kids like took to you, and I think Sherelle either wasn't born or just born, and so she wasn't born, and you just like when she was born, it was like that was your little child, you know, and you just had this baby that was like your baby, and Sherelle was like, you know, even she grew up with just you, like as her big brother, and I remember when. You know, when we were at the church one time and the girls were like talking about you, and in the middle of the church, Sherelle jumps up and she goes, Omar's not ugly, Omar is. And she starts crying, Omar, and she's crying. And you ran over and snatched her, and it was it.
For real. They know that leave her alone.
You know, and that was it. And Sherelle was like at your side forever. I mean, you know, went off to college, and in her college thing, it was like, and my big brother Omar, like you had total commands, you know. So I also thank you because the night that Isaiah was born, when everybody left me, and Lowe's went to the hospital and everybody left, you came in and you literally just sat there for like 2 hours, and you didn't say anything. You let me cry. You just held me, and so I love you, and I always will. So thank you for being my bonus son. I'm really grateful that I got you in my life, and those kids. Quita, love them all, and so thank you for giving us bonus grands and bonus great grands. You know, so thank you. I love you.
I love you too. I thank you.
Awesome. Wow. Thanks for popping. Yeah. Hey man,
you know it's crazy too because when you know I got wind of everything, I'm sitting there trying to think of what I'm like, man. Forget a speech, just you know, in the heart. Like ain't no script, ain't no you guys didn't read no script when it came to me. So like, you know, I just you know, you guys know I love you. I just appreciate y'all, and you've enhanced the essence of family within me, and you know I love my family and all that, but the family I gained just strengthened the importance of family, and I stress that to my children. So I just appreciate everything you guys taught me.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Oh man, thanks for popping on, man. Tell everybody
what's up, Jamal?
We love them.
Oh no,
Sorry about that. What's up, bro?
How you doing?
I'm good to you, bro. I'll talk to you. Y'all go ahead.
All right, take care, man. Hey, you're about to make me shed a tear in here, man.
About time. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, you know how men do.
Yeah, that's what I said about time. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we just hold it in until we burst.
Stay strong, my brother.
Oh man.
But yeah.
Thanks, O.
Yes, thank you for allowing me to speak.
Yes, sir. Oh man. Jamal, what's up, man? What you got to say?
What's up? What is it not to say? My godmom, well, my mom is a wonderful woman. I mean, if any woman deserves a day to have every day to be her day, it is her. How she always been so warm and so welcoming and so helpful in anything. I could call her for anything and she's there. She's just an incredible woman. Just a woman who, if I was a female, I would aspire to be. Like even as a male, she gives me advice like that I could take as a person. Like it would just resonate with me so hard. Like it's only certain women in my life who could hit me with words and it just resonate with me so hard and it hits it implants it to the point where I was like, if I don't do this or if I can't do this, who would I listen to? And it's just like her words are so powerful and it touch my heart every time. Like I try to, like sometimes when she talks to me, I try to hide my tears. I try to escape or run away because I know she's given to me out of love, and I know it's gonna hit me in ways that nobody else can hit me. So I try to escape and try to avoid it sometimes, but I know she's only giving me the right advice. She's only loving me the best that she could love me and loving me hard. And me being her godson makes me, and she always made me feel like I am her son.
You are.
And it's just like I was born from her womb, son, dad. Like I came out of her. Like it's just
You did.
it's just the way that she makes me feel is just loving like a mom should. And it's just incredible. And I really love her and appreciate her. And I just always want her there. And, you know, just, I need her in my life, you know, and I hope I can just give her joy the way that she, a son should give her. And I hope she's proud of me. She motivates me work-wise. And I'll tell you, I didn't know about 2 jobs until I came there with her. I didn't know about providing until I came there with her. It's like, what? You going to work? It's the weekend. You just got off of work. You going where? And it's just like, she taught me, just watching her taught me so many things. And it's just, I don't know, she's an amazing, strong woman. And I hope my daughters can learn from her and grow up to be like her. And yeah, Mooney, yeah. And Amaya.
Mooney.
Well,
Amaya.
as Jamal says, I remember when Jamal was little, and when he was a little boy, he had no teeth in his mouth for several years, and we moved away. And we lost contact with Jamal after his mom passed away. Lost contact with them, and I did everything in my power. I searched and searched until I found him. And I never forget the day that I found Jamal. He was at the Y and he was playing basketball. Aunt Jackie told me where he was. And I walked in and I saw this young man come up to me and he smiled and I saw them beautiful teeth. And I said,
it took you a minute to get those.
He's got these beautiful teeth. I couldn't wait to get home. I said, his smile is $1 million smile, you know? And I just fell absolutely in love with him. And I couldn't wait to be able to, you know, bring him down and because he had seen the kids when they were little, but not when they were big, you know. And so they all connected, and you know, then years later we reconnected, and you know, Jamal came in and moved in with us, and it's been you know, it was Godson. And he came to me one day. He said, "Can I call you Aunt Pat?" I was like, "Yeah, no." I don't do Pat at all, right? So he called me Artrice, right? And then he came back like within 24 hours. He said, "Can I just call you Mom?" And that blew me away. Yeah. He said, "Can I call your mom and dad?" He said, "When I have kids, they're gonna be your grandkids."
I was like, yeah.
So he jacked me up then, and I'm always gonna be your mom, and I'm very defensive and protective of you. I love your beautiful wife. And she's my daughter, and that's just the way it is. It will always be. And then those beautiful babies right there, my Amaya, Kimmy, I love me. That's number one, y'all. That's my number one. That's my number one. And Jade, and my Hartley, they came around back to back. But you know, truly, there's a lot more a life ahead of us. You know, a lot more memories to make. So I thank God that you're part of my life, and you will always be my son. And I love you tremendously.
I love you more.
Man. What you want to say to Maya? What you want to say?
You want to say something to her?
You want to say something?
Come here. Say something.
Say something. What you going to say to Gigi?
Gigi loves you, Amaya. I love you, Maya. Thank you, baby. Okay.
All right, we'll holler at you later.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Enjoy your day, Mom.
Bye-bye. Thank you, baby. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Daddy, you got me good.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I can't, Leslie. I can't. It's killing me. I don't have a tissue. I need an usher. I need somebody to give me some tissue. I'm like this.
Hold up. I'm going to go get you some tissue.
You try to get tissue for yourself.
No, I know. Yeah.
But that's a great honor.
Yeah. And you know, we still doing shout outs. We here into 10:30. If y'all got some shout outs, you know, to your mom.
Maybe like 10:45 because we got a little late today. So.
Well, we got a little late.
Okay.
We got a little late, but We say 10:30.
Okay.
You know, but we still got
So I'm gonna
room.
just show some of these other pictures, right?
Yeah, show some pictures. Just some pictures. Oh, there go Mom, Aunt Joyce. Yeah,
Just showing a little bit of your family.
Tracy. Uh-oh. There go my sisters, my mother, my brothers.
Yeah. And then I want to show, I think this one here.
Oh, yeah. It's Mom's 80th birthday.
With her grands and greats. Look at that. She has got a legacy going on with her. Isn't that something?
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
And I'll show this one. It's me and my boys. Y'all gotta understand, I got a love for my boys. So my 2 sons, my 3 sons, right there. I have Lozy and Isaiah and Jamal. And then I have Dakari, who's my son-in-law, and Steve, my son-in-law to be. And the joy of my little existence is Dakota, Cody Bear. Come on, y'all. And then here are my girls, so I guess Michelle, Sherelle, and Joy. And then Jade, Hartley, and Amaya. That's loving. I love those pictures.
Yeah, those are awesome, man. And then we got
we got this one. Look at there.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's the queen down here on the left hand side.
And when had the one the Happy Mother's Day with all
the mothers?
All the mothers on there.
Oh, we had one of these.
Yeah, they're going to Dolores, Aunt Joyce, my mother.
Yeah,
that's
the 3 musketeers right there.
Aunt Roz, Aunt Joan,
and Auntie
she's
Lane.
the matriarch, right?
She's the matriarch of our
and
family.
Then
Auntie Lane.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day.
You got all of them.
Oh yeah, we got Carla, Carice, Dacia, Angie, Joy, and a Heavenly Mother's Day to Vaughn Shalit. To Heavenly Mother's Day to my sister Eveline. And then you got Gwen and Lakeisha, Janessa, Michelle, Robin, and Dee Dee.
Tracy. And only one missing on here is Titi.
Titi is missing. Yeah, I got Tracy up there. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. That's Nikki. Happy Mother's Day, Nikki.
Happy Mother's Day, Nikki. And who she was doing a shout out
to her mom, Betty.
Oh.
Her mom, Betty.
Happy Mother's Day, Betty.
So truly being a mother is a real honor. And I think a lot of people don't necessarily understand that, being a mother doesn't necessarily have to be by birth. I remember years ago, what is your the lady that comes on, Joyce Meyer? She did a thing on mothers years ago, many years ago. We were living in Menands, actually. That's how long ago it was. Right. And you gave me this tape. That's back in the days, not like, you had anything to record. So you actually had tapes, right? And so I listened to this tape, and she did this amazing tribute on mothers. And as she was going through the tribute, she went through like birth mothers, she went through grandmothers, she went through stepmothers, she went through godmothers, she went through all these different mothers. And the last mother she went through were mothers of children with disabilities.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind because at the time we didn't have a child that had disability. Mm-hmm. So I was listening to the compassion that she talked about of mothers and the sacrifices that mothers make when they have a disabled child. That thing resonated with me years later. And it had to be, so that had to be like 1988 that I was listening to that, right. 88 or 90 in that time period. And to think that in 1995 that I would be the mother of a child that was disabled kind of blew my mind. But it gave me something as a mother of a child born with a disability. It gave me the sense of what that meant and how important it was. I remember after Isaiah was born, I did another Montel Williams. I was doing the Montel Williams show a lot, right? Mm-hmm. And so I remember going to the Montel Williams show, and Montel said to me, he said, Patrice, I heard about the baby. He said, I'm so sorry right? And then people would say to me, like, after Isaiah was born, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I finally said to people, why are you saying I'm sorry to me? Like, I pushed this baby out. I birthed this baby. I carried him for 9 months. Like, is somebody going to actually say congratulations? Because people don't understand when a mother births a child and maybe the child has Down syndrome or maybe the child has something that causes them to have some disability or some disfigurement or something, right? People try to kind of come in and try to figure out what to say, right? And I was like, I decided that I would champion if a mother had a child that had a disability, that I would say congratulations. So friends would call me up. They go, "Oh, my friend had a baby, and the baby was born with Down syndrome." I immediately sent them something and said, "Congratulations, you're my hero.
That's right.
You delivered that baby. You birthed that baby. Now you make that baby be a champion." It was my thing to try to champion that cause, because I remember being told how sorry people were. But look at Isaiah now. Like, are you sorry that Isaiah was born? No, like, he is amazing. He's
right.
like amazing. And so the doctor said to you and I, we went into the room to see Isaiah for the first time, and Lozy was looking over him like Dakota would. He was looking over him, and Michelle and Sherelle, and they let us go in. And the nurse came in and she said, "Do your kids know that your son is special?" And it cringed to me that she said that. And I looked at her and I said, "My kids know that they're all special and they're part of a special family. Thank you." And she was like, she turned on her heels and walked out of the room. And I was like, what does that mean? And so every child born into a family is special. And so to me, Isaiah has been an amazing gift in our family, and what we did when Isaiah was born is we shared him with everybody.
Yeah.
I remember coming to church and people were like, "Can I hold Isaiah?" I was like, "Yeah." They were like, she said, and then some people were like, "Well, she let people hold her baby, and her baby got all these issues." I was like, I want him to feel love.
That's right.
And as a result, Isaiah became like the huggingest, lovingest. He couldn't wait to see people, because he wanted. First thing he'd do is put his arms out, because he received so much love, and we allowed other people to love him with us. And so I thank God.
He didn't feel different.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He felt loved. And so as a mother, I wanted to make sure that my son experienced the love of others. And so as a mother of a child with a disability, I would champion that cause. And that's why I wrote my books. So I have all those books about children with disabilities, because as a mother,
we should have put them books up on here.
I understand what it's like. I did the book on Isaiah being the perfect butterfly. I remember I did a book on with Travis and Mikey, our godsons who are on the spectrum, called Finding Your Roar. Finding My Roar, which was teaching children who had autism, talking about their families and the ability for them to find their voice, because a lot of times there's a difficulty trying to get out what they want to say. And then Malia, Tracy's granddaughter, our godson's daughter, was born with some visual impairment. So I did a book for her called The Busy Baby Bumblebee, about a blind bumblebee, and I haven't released that one yet fully, because it's not the way I really want it, but, and I need to get another picture of my baby at the end, like where she is now, so I can finish it. And then the last one was on, Swish Swish. Yeah. The heart. Yeah. And it was really about a child who had a heart transplant at birth. And so all of those things, made me connect to the mothers, made me connect to the mothers. And so that was something that was really powerful. I see Nikki asking, to have the names of the books. And, again, Nikki understands that, because Nikki had a child, my cousin, who is amazing, right? Brian is amazing.
Shout out to Brian.
But she had a child who had a disability, you know. And so, but he's so engaging and so loving,
Mhm.
and so people don't understand
That's my
what it
that's
is.
my basketball partner.
Yeah, people don't know what it is to have a child that has disabilities, you know. And so when you have that, you know, there's grief that a mother goes through, right? So there were some things that my child would never walk, or maybe he would never do this, he would never do that. And then another mother said, well, my child would never do this, I would never do that. So we began to lament with one another. So as I, you know, as I see on Joyce saying Isaiah was special, never treated differently from other kids. You guys would not let me take him to our children to work because he was doing wheelies in the school in his wheelchair. Yes, he's amazing, you know. And so, you know, yes, God special.
Well,
God
I
blesses
think,
special mothers with his most special gifts.
I think it
Absolutely.
was Joyce Myers that said that you become super moms,
Mm-hmm.
super parents when God allows you to have a gift of a special need child. I mean, yeah, just just amazing. And they're amazing too. And I spent a lot of time with Isaiah going to practice
Mm-hmm.
and taking him to a lot of basketball tournaments, wheelchair basketball tournaments, and national wheelchair basketball tournaments, and seeing kids with disabilities, disabled kids, and they were terrific, man. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. You know,
Oh yeah.
you ask the kid today, what do you want to do when you grow up? I don't know. I ain't thought about it, But if you ask any kid in a wheelchair what they want to do, they already know what they want to do. They know they want to graduate from school. They know they want to go to college, and they know what they want to be when they grow up. They're not indecisive about
I
what
think
they want to be.
unfortunately, and this we could do this on another show, but unfortunately, I think the way the system sets up for those kids, it kind of keeps them. The system keeps them unable to do things that are great for them to do. And the system kind of keeps them down. But as parents, we want to push them forward. And so, you know, I think about I think it was one of Isaiah's social workers years ago and said, you know, don't let him be, you know, let him be independent. So what happens is here I get Mother's Day. This is just a day, right? But I'm driving home from work and this kid's calling me on the phone talking about what time you're gonna get here. You know, and I'm like, I'll be there at about 5:30. And when I walk in the door, he brings me, he's made dinner. He's made like a gourmet dinner. Right? And he's bringing me food hot off the presses. I even got to the point that I'm like, where's my food? Like, you know, because
Yeah,
he's
she spoiled, yo. She definitely spoiled.
because he takes care, you know, he's so good. And Isaiah takes care of other kids. And so I'm so grateful that he was born into our family, and that I, as a mother, and you as a father, that we were able to sow into this young man and all of our children, you know, because every one of them does so much for so many other, every one of them will do for other people. They've got that in their,
Definitely.
they got that in their spirit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, this is Mother's Day is amazing. Mothers are amazing, and we, shouting out to all the mothers, man. Today, man. I know the children of mothers are proud today, man. I mean, I'm proud every day, but this is a day where you get to pause for a minute and you get to pay attention. We should do it more often, but this is the day that or not even the day, starting Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is Mother's Day. This is Mother's Weekend. It's new invention. Mother's Weekend. Get the whole weekend, where we just, get to spend time and do some things together,
I know my son is in LA, but he's him being on that would have thrown me over the edge. So I'm glad that he didn't get on. But truly God is good, and he's taken us as our family a long way. I also enjoy the fact that, we also have a lot of God kids, right? So we don't just take care of our children. Like, we got God Kids Central going on over here. We have, so many children that we've taken in, of course, our girls, our goddaughters are Tamara and Danielle, primarily those two, but we got a lot of godsons, and Jamal started the way, and DJ's in California, and he's doing amazing things. I'll probably see him acting on the show one day. He's just amazing. And, of course, Michael is just like my little heart. And he does rap, and maybe one day he'll be out there doing his thing with
Doing
rap,
his thing
and
as well.
you know. So we've got him, and we have Mikey and Travis, you know, and Tristan, and so we just got us a lot
I
of.
saw Tristan the other day, man, at the gym.
Truly, God is good. God is keeping us, you know. Curtis says he wants to wish his mom a happy Mother's Day. And he knows, he says, and always will love you. And no, I'm not the one for words, but I love you and miss you. Yeah, Curtis was probably has the same amount of words that Sherelle had earlier today. So, but you know what? You know what Curtis would also have?
What?
A smile.
A smile.
Yeah, he would have a smile because it's called Smiley. You know,
you
say
would have a
something,
smile.
and you know what's funny? His smile and your mother's smile was like exactly the same smile. It's just all you have to do is just move the smile off of her face and put it on his face.
You
it's
know
the
who
same
has that smile too?
Dakota.
Hartley.
Oh, Hartley has it.
As soon as you see it, you just start smiling.
You know, so, yeah.
She's that.
Oh yeah. It's pretty. It's pretty awesome. So, you know, so truly that we've been blessed. So, tell me what's like one of your favorite mother moments, like something that, you know, that you remember that your mom, you know, that kind of like, you know, really caused you that whole mother, you know, that mother said, like when you knew that this is this woman. Because, you know, when I married your mom always goes, she said, you took my son. I was like, you didn't get, but you gave the daughter. Yeah, but you took my son. And I was like, I always laugh. I said, I'll give him back to you.
Yeah. And I don't know about favorite. There's so many favorite moments. You know, the ones that stick out in your head was, I remember, you know, that I got caught stealing.
Ooh.
You know, I got caught stealing, and
this is gonna be one of those stories that reminds you to never steal again.
Yeah, don't steal anymore. So and you know, I was hanging out with the wrong crowd. So if your guys out there, your kids hanging out, check out who they hanging out with. And I don't even really hang out with them, with these guys, man. I just happened to be going to the pool one day. You know, Wilson Woods Pool, when they had that big nice pool. And I was on my way there, and as I was going, it was a group of guys that I knew, but we weren't hangout partners. And they said, "Hey man, you going to the pool?" Yeah, we're going to the pool too. So you know, I joined in with them, and you know, we went into HL Greens. You can walk through one side on Fifth Avenue, come out the other side on Fourth Avenue, go on our way to. It was out of the way to go to Wilson Woods Pool, but very quickly go through, and they start putting stuff in their pocket and stuff like that. And I just kept walking through, you know, and we went to the pool and enjoyed ourselves. So we're on our way back. We go back through HL Greens, and, you know, they were like older than me. And so they like, look, man, I spent all my money. My mother told me to bring this home. Go get that for me. Take that for me. And I was pressured into taking it. And, you know, there was a lady at the counter, and she said, "Come here, boy." You know, like, and they were smarter than me. They took off running. You know, I stopped, like froze, like you know, and of course I got caught. They took me upstairs. The detectives got me, and they took me home. I even tried to, you know, tell them I lived someplace else because I knew that when I got home, my mother was gonna kill me. So I get there, they bring me, finally I tell them where I really live, and I get to the projects, I go upstairs, and you know, so they tell my mom opens the door, said, "Look, your son took something out of HL Greens," and my mom was like, "Yo, I teach them not to do such and such. Don't," and the detective's like, "Don't be hard on him, you know, hey, these are learning experience," so forth and so. He said, No, I'm not going to love my son, and you know, it's gonna be good. And I was like, inside I was smiling, like my mom's talking like she ain't gonna beat me. And she was talking like, no, I don't do that. You know, no, we don't. You know, and man, that officer, I was like, what? I went to the back, kind of skipping, you know, smiling, dang, go in the room, and Soon as she shut that door, she came back there. She said, "All right, which one?"
What choice did you have?
Huh?
Which one? Which choice? What were the choices?
The bat or the belt? Which one? I mean,
Isn't it good back in those days? Like 911 wasn't like an option. Like,
yeah.
That's the reason why a lot of us are successful today, because 911 wasn't an option.
Yeah,
right?
man.
Now the kids are running the house because they're like, "You hit me."
It wasn't really abusive. I got a couple of whacks. Unfortunately, I would have got less whacks because you were taught when you're getting ready to get a whooping, right? Whether it's a switch or a belt, drop down and roll, right? And my mother's like, clean up your room. And you know what you do, clean up your room, right? You throw everything under the bed, right? So
tried to crawl under the bed and you couldn't get under
I drop and roll while she's hitting me, and I can't get under the bed because all the stuff is in the bed, under the bed. So I'm getting those little licks. I said, dang, Zorro done showed up in the room.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I think it's funny now. It was not funny at the time.
Oh yeah. Sometimes the greatest memories are the lovingest ones and the learningest ones, right?
Yeah.
And so that was a learningest, and this is a new word, right? Yeah. If Bishop was alive, he would say, "Teresa, that word." I'm like, "Yep." The learningest memories.
I got one more.
Okay.
And there's a lot of them, but my mom used to work. I don't know if many people knew. My mom used to work for a candy factory. I don't know if you guys knew that Mount Vernon had an amazing candy factory, and my mom's a baker, right? So we could not wait to Christmas because my mom would make these amazing coconut cake, the coconut cake, and she would make this chocolate cake. But they used to do designer candies, like the Santa Claus candies, and the rainbow. I mean, the reindeers and the Christmas trees. And she used to make those cakes like the lights outside. You go see the decorations on a house.
Yeah.
She used to decorate those cakes like that. And I couldn't wait to Christmas to see how she, doing the decorating of the cake and stuff like that, and put those cakes on the table, man. Because I just had an infinity for Christmas and Christmas lights and colors. But those cakes were good, but the decorations were just amazing, man.
Well, your mom is still making like the best.
And I still got.
Don't tell other people because they're gonna be trying to come to the house and get some of your stuff.
You're not getting none of my. But my mom made me for my birthday a banana split cake, man. And it was crazy. My coach just passed away, who recruited me in college, and I was down in Arizona to do his service, and he used to come and eat when he was recruiting. My mother used to make him that banana split cake, and they literally, his children, framed my mother's original recipe for this banana split cake and gave it to me, man. So oh man,
no, it is just really true. And so really right now, as soon as we're here right now, shoot some, in the chat, if you could just shoot some, some shout outs to your mom or shout outs to some memories that you have of your family, it would be really great, of your mom or your grandma. My grandma taught me some lessons. My grandmother, my father's mother had Parkinson's most of my adult life, so there were a few things that I remembered as far as lessons with her. But my mother's mother, I remember one time, my grandmother, she would say things like, take only one paper towel, right? Because, we would go wash our hands, right? And we would take the paper towels, and she was like, put that paper towel back. Make sure you have one, right? She would, there were certain things that she did. She would make me, I remember when she was dying, and I went into the room, and she said to me, she said, you're so beautiful. She goes, I just want to see you. Let me look at you. She said, you're so beautiful. And I dropped my head like this, right? I dropped my head because I was embarrassed. And she said to me, look at me. I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, when people give you a compliment, Don't drop your head.
Mm.
Say thank you. That resonated with me. She died a lot long after that. So I had to learn how to not, put myself down. Like somebody will say, "Oh, you look nice." You go, "This whole thing," or you turn it down. You go, "Thank you." You look them in the eye and thank them for recognizing or acknowledging it and complimenting you. And that was really important. And also, like, between my mom and my grandmother, they said, you never get a second chance to make a good first impression.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was important to me. Right. So she said, when you're meeting people for the first time, you're in that position, how you present yourself, make an impression, on people, and so that was your word, right? Impression today. And so when I want to introduce myself to people, I do those things. I'm looking at them in the eye. I'm speaking to them. I'm saying hello, and I want to make sure that when people walk away from me, they go, you know what? Something special about that woman. I want that feel, because that's how my mom and my grandma raised me to be, and I thought that was really, really important. Messages.
Yeah. So you got to give us a funny story from your mom.
Oh no, I always do this, and then people always say, I'm shouting, and my sister will fuss me out. She said I'm fussing at my mom, but I always say my mom gave us so much comedic material, and to me, I always tell the story, so it'll probably be on every show you ever have. But one of my favorites of all times is one day she was in the bathroom and she was brushing her teeth, and I was walking by, and all of a sudden she jumps back and she's screaming hysterically, and she's like, "Oh my God." And she's like, "I don't know what's going on." So I walk into the bathroom and I'm trying to see, and she's talking about her mouth was on fire. Where she had brushed her teeth with Bengay instead of toothbrush, because it was in the same looking like tube. And so her mouth was on fire. Well, I'm terrible, because I'm a daughter. I'm supposed to be taking care of my mother. The laughing I did, I laughed until I was literally, she's like on the floor trying to wash her mouth. I'm on the floor, rolling on the floor in hysterics, because she had just brushed her teeth with Bengay. Like, that was like the best story ever. But my mom was just,
and y'all were really bad, because you was like, Dee Dee was like, kiss me on my
elbow.
My elbow hurt.
Yeah, we were terrible. You were terrible with my mom, but she was like, she gave us so much material, but she was just amazing. And she was brilliant. Yeah,
let me say to you guys that, this is a nugget. When you brush your teeth, turn on a light so you can see that you got toothpaste, not Bengay.
Listen. My mom had, she just did things that were just amazing. But that was like, that was one of them. And I think the other one, that she was in the car wash. And she's in the car wash, and she got claustrophobic while she was in the car wash. And she put her foot on the brake in the car wash, and the guys were telling her to take her foot off the brake. They're like in the back saying, "Take your foot off the brake," and they're waving at her, and she's like, "What do you like?" She couldn't understand what they were saying, and she thought something was wrong, so she rolled down the window, and the thing from the car wash smacked in her face, and all the soap came in the car, and she had a panic attack. They had to shut down the whole car wash to get her out, and we would die laughing. We were like, only my mom, she's the best material. You want to be a comedian? Like, just reach out and ask me Shirley Wallace stories, and I will give you all of them, and you'll just laugh forever. But she was like, she was so innocent about it. It wasn't like she was just so innocent. She goes, and this happened, and she's like innocent. And of course, we're the worst kids. So my kids will tell you that I give them plenty of information, to give them comedic relief. I know that I do that too, but
where, why, how, where, what's going on?
So I give them enough material. So I've taken on the Shirley Wallace, totally, but truly. So yeah, want to see some shout outs to your wives, men, to your wives who are mothers of your children, or mothers of your children, and to your mothers, your sisters. Just shout folks out, because it's really important. It's Mother's Day. it's really important to do that, you know. Angie said she almost had the same experience at the car wash. Ask me later. All right, Angie, you're giving some comedic material right now, so that's what we need. So truly, God is good. But again, going back to your mom, like, right, I find her to be so so amazing in the things that she does and says, and sometimes like people think that you have to like the highest level of education to be able to be knowledgeable, but she may not have the highest level of education, but her wisdom is like off the charts, right?
Incredible.
And I tell people all the time that, I tell our kids this all the time that, as much as I want to have like, friend to friend, relationship, that I'm always going to be a mother, right? So I'm always going to say mother things, and they can make a decision of whether they take it or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your mother, like if I'm not doing something, like she'll tell any one of us, like, nah, what are you doing? Why are you going there? What time? Like she like gives us the grill,
Yeah.
But her wisdom is like on point. And so I do appreciate that. But, when I think about your mother and the stories that I've had with her, and a little bit of a comedic, in a different kind of way. I remember when Lozy was like Dakota's age, and we went to your mom's house, and and he was always touching stuff, like Dakota's touching stuff, and your mother's like, he's gonna learn not to touch stuff when he comes to my house. And so I was like, so he would go touch something and I would move it.
Remember them little bowling,
stuff. So he went over and she had this beautiful bowling clock on the wall. It had like a bowling ball, it had a pin, it had little clock hands on it. And he went to take it off the table and I moved it. I was like, no, I gotta get that out of his hands. This is porcelain. And your mother was like, put that back. And I was like, Ma, she was like, put it back. He's going to learn not to touch my stuff. I said, okay. So put it back down on the table. And Lozy picked it up. And Nan came over to him and she was like, Lozy, put down my thing. He took it because he thought it was a ball, right? He took it, he threw it up against the wall and it cracked up into little pieces. I was like, uh-oh. I said, she's not going to beat my baby.
It's time for us to leave. It's time for us to leave.
And she was sitting there trying to put the little pieces. And I was like, oh my God. I said, well, that didn't work. So Lozy still, the reason he calls his Nan all the time, because I think he's just trying to make up for the pieces of the clock that he broke back then.
Yeah.
So truly God is good, we thank God.
And my grandmother, man, used to give me, some sound wisdom, man, when I used to go visit her, and we always talk about the immediate gratification versus the delayed gratification process.
Right.
My grandmother, she wouldn't have said it like that, but we always buy immediately. We max out our credit cards. We spend money we don't have. And my grandmother used to say, like, you got to save, because she used to save to buy a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
She used to save whatever she wanted. She used to just save it and buy it, right? Which I think is a very powerful thing, man. Save it and then buy it, which was sound wisdom. We want everything immediately, right? And we don't know the delayed gratification process, which is to save and then purchase it. I mean, my grandmother had about everything you could have.
Mm-hmm.
She was one of the first persons I know that had central air, right? I mean, she went from outhouse, outhouse, bathroom in the house, showers, cars.
Yes.
So central air. You remember them? I don't know if y'all remember them fans back in the big giant fan that had no back to it, right? The big giant fan, you can actually stick your fingers through the thing and cut your finger off, man. You get away from that fan, like that. And you stick it behind it. She went from that fan, right? From that fan to central air.
Yeah.
So immediate gratification versus delayed gratification process.
And Joy said, "Yep, back then you paid everything in cash." Yeah, them folks didn't believe in credit. That
well, I don't know if we had that credit back then.
We that's why many of us are in debt today. We thought credit was like, we thought credit was like candy. Oh, credit. I got a credit card.
Give me a credit card. Let's go.
Didn't realize we were going to be in debt for the rest of our lives, with credit. So, Again, wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Wisdom. They paid for things without incurring a debt. I know my sweet Uncle Harry, like every car they ever bought, they paid cash for.
Yeah.
They didn't pay, and the part about it is good and is bad. It's good because you didn't have debt, but it's bad because you didn't have credit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you have to, today, there's got to be a balance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to have a balance of how you manage those credit cards, those credit situations, so you could have credit.
Right.
Right. And then the other part of it, you need to save.
Yeah. Save in place, and not in the mattress. Save.
No, not in the mattress. And don't tell nobody where. What was the name of that show?
Soul Food.
Soul Food. Yeah, hide the money in the television.
In the TV. So
start a fire to find it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we got a tribute up here. I think I got a little video.
We do? Where? I don't have a video.
You don't have a video?
No.
I sent you a video last night.
I'm sorry. I didn't put it up.
What?
I didn't see it.
It was a tribute to mothers.
Was it? Oh, it must have been good.
Well, I think I'm going to have to show that one next week.
Yeah, do that. I'm sorry. I missed that.
No problem. But this has been good. Just want to remind you, this is the Mother's Day weekend, right? I'm sure by now, most children, right, have thought about their mother already. And they're buying flowers and candy and preparing for something, and most husbands, hopefully, thought about their wives, and the mother of their children already. But this is just a reminder, if you haven't. Well, let me say this to you. You are already too late if you run into the store to get a Mother's Day card, because there is nothing that you would like once you get there, because there's only scraps left. You should have bought that Mother's Day card last week or the week before. So,
you know what? And as much as cards are nice, sometimes a phone call, a text message, a hug and a kiss.
Well, you can X out. We got to X out the text.
Yeah.
You got to either speak or be in person.
Yeah. But my son is in California, so if he sends me a text, I'm good.
Oh yeah, well, he's
Well, thank you, David.
He's probably not going to see
Happy Mother's Day to your mom and your wife.
That's David that worked with you?
Yes.
Hey, I didn't see you on the men's call, man. What's up with that? What's up with that? I didn't see you on the men's call.
So truly got it. So to all the mothers, all the wonderful mothers, whether you have birthed a child or raised a child, sewed into a child as a mother, thank you. Thank you to my mothers. Thank you to my bonus mothers, because back in the day, the community helped be mothers. So like Mrs. Coates, Sheila's mom was like another mother to me. Mm-hmm. I call her mom. So when I think about it, my godmother's from Evelyn Turner, it was another mother. She was really ever present in my life. And, now since my mom has passed away, my actual godmother, Betty Pryor McNeil, is always there. And my Aunt Yvonne, are other like bonus mothers. And so I'm grateful. I'm absolutely grateful for all of the bonus mothers that we had in our lives. And so in our neighborhood, everybody was a mother. Everybody took care of each other's kids. I think David Rebus's mother was like that to Dee Dee, mm-hmm. And, so we were always there for each other. And so that's why I'm like that as a community. Like I think about Chelsea's like a bonus daughter, right? Mm-hmm. Chelsea's our bonus daughter. Lindsay, bonus daughters, to us, and so we're excited about, what they've all been in our lives. And I'm grateful. Like my girls, every girl that I coached, Taylor and Danielle and Nadia.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to all of you guys.
Happy Mother's Day to Taylor. And she's getting ready to be a mother again for her second child, So a lot of the girls that played for me are mothers now. And so I'm so excited about them, mm-hmm. As well being mothers. So, I hope everybody has a blessed Mother's Day, So,
yeah. And so I guess I'm closing, right?
Yep, closing.
So in closing, I want to say this, particularly, and I was having this discussion the other day, if we're going to change, if we're going to change particularly I'll say in Mount Vernon in particular, as an example, if you're going to change culture, right? If you're going to change culture, if you're going to shift the sound or the frequency or the vibration of something that is negative, right? I believe that everything starts in the home. And no matter how great a school system is and a boys and girls club is, no matter how great they are, right? If there's not a foundation of family, of home, of mom and dad, or dad raising children because of special circumstances, or mother raising children because of circumstances, it starts in the home. Schools can't be effective. Youth agencies that are trying to support families can't be effective if the family is not effective. So mom and dad's families, homes are so important, today. And that's why we're celebrating mothers. And that's why we're celebrating fathers. And that's why we celebrate grandparents, grandmothers, grandfathers, because family is what makes schools work, what makes Boys and Girls Club work. As I said the other day, schools cannot raise your kids. Boys and Girls can't raise your kids. They can only support you, right? They cannot be a mother and a father, right? That's your responsibility, right? So I say this to you, that if we're going to change, it's going to have to come from the foundation, which is the family. So to all the mothers out there,
Yes.
to all the mothers out there, I want to say God bless you. Man, you are absolutely the best. You guys are so impressive. And I want to wish you a happy Mother's Day, right? And I want to wish you a blessed, not only tomorrow, but the next week, and so forth and so on. God bless you all. Love you, right? And next week, Coach Bobby Gonzalez. I'm looking forward to having the conversation with him. And I'll see you next week. God bless you.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, yes. Blessings to all. And thank you for joining us. God bless you.
We really hope you enjoyed this episode of Lowe's More, the Blueprint Podcast. Stay connected and follow us at our website, www.lowesmore.com. That's LOWESMOORE.com. You can also join the discussion on Twitter at Lowe's More and on Facebook at Lowe's More Jr. As always, thank you for pushing your mindset towards a better reality. This concludes the most thought-provoking portion of your day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this podcast to stay fully up to date with everything we're up to. Until next time, be kind to yourself and each other.
What they teaching is a joke. I ain't buying it like I'm broke. Insufficient funds for insignificant.